Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be flipping over the stock tank pool. It's been sitting there all winter and all spring. We're almost to summer, official start of summer right now. You can tell by the flowers we're into summer. And we've made some big changes. We took down our fence and moved the outdoor kitchen around. So we're going to put our fence back up here, flip over the pool. We've got this year, we've got the sand filter. I've been wanting to do that ever since I built the stock tank pool, so we're going to get that installed, see what a difference that makes. So come along and we'll get started. Okay, so as you can see, it's kind of a mess out here. I just haven't had a whole lot of time away from work to do a lot of the things I want to do. I've been doing a lot of camping this year and fishing instead of taking care of the house. But what we're going to do, first thing I'm going to do, see all this on the ground, it's coming off the top of the house. So I'm going to get up there with the leaf blower, clean all that off. I was kind of waiting until everything fell off the trees before I flipped the stock tank over this year. But I'm going to get all that cleaned off so it doesn't blow here later. Then we'll get everything cleaned out, we'll flip it over, and let's go. Okay, went ahead and put my fence up first. I left myself a little walkway there to the garden. I may put a gate later, not sure, not going to be today. Now I got my steps pulled out and I'm ready to flip this over, and I'll show you just how quick and easy that is. And what I'll do is I'll rotate my fittings to where they're under the deck over there. And then after that, we'll work on our new pump. Okay, I got a change of plans. So underneath there's going to be a lot of leaves and junk and debris. So I'll roll it out, stand it up, then we'll clean it up, then we'll put it back in place. All right, so you can see all the junk that's accumulated under here. There's the old pump. I'm gonna get all this cleaned up, and I think I'll go ahead and get my pump ready, put it in place. Got to clean some of this out of the pool. You know, it just gets this stuff off the trees all winter long. So we'll get all that cleaned up, and then we'll be ready to put her back. Okay, so I got all this cleaned up, hosed out, and now I want to see what we got in our box here. I'm pretty excited about this because I've wanted the sand filter ever since I put in the stock tank pool. But I had the old filter from my old pool. I just thought if I had a sand filter, and I've said it on the other videos that I can put the links to in the description if you haven't seen those, that if I had a sand filter I might not even need chemicals. So I'm going to try it this year. I picked this up for $150 and it's got a rebate of 11%. So right now I'm just going to lay everything out, get it set up, and then I'll show you when we're set up. Okay, I moved inside to read the instructions, get it put together, and I just wanted to show you these instructions, how simple they've made it with pictures, step by step. So now I'm going to go out there in the heat and put her together. It's about 95 out there right now. Let me just check on the... So the thermometer in the sun is, it's about 95. So it's kind of warm. We're going to start putting her together. Okay, there's two things I want to show you. One, these tubes are coiled up inside the pot where your sand goes. Make sure you take those out. They do not go in there. And then your min-max is right there, if you can see it on the side of that black tube that goes down. So I just got to put a little more sand in there. And then if you can't find your clamp that holds your pot to your head, it's already clamped onto the head. So you have to take that off, set your head on, then clamp. Okay, a couple other notes. Because the instructions are so simple, it actually makes some things a little more difficult. You can see that's a Phillips screw and the other side is a nut. Now these are made to have the nut, it'll hold itself if you get it on the right side. Okay, mine came from the factory, they put it in backwards. So you can't get a nut driver in there to hold it. And then I was angry because this plastic should have been able to hold itself, and I tried holding it with a screwdriver and it wouldn't hold, and then finally I realized that my screw was on the wrong side. I guess it's possible I could have done it, but I just pulled it apart, switched it, or put it over here and then put it right back in. I really don't think I did it. But I guess that's a possibility. Other thing I noticed was that my pressure valve needle was just floating around in there. So this will come off. If yours is broke, see that lens comes off. I just stuck a knife in there and pried it out, stuck it back on 0 because it's at 0 pressure right now, tightened it back in. And that's probably why it's facing up instead of where it should be. Okay, other thing is that it doesn't tell you to use these gaskets. If you didn't, you'd find out real quick you had a leak, but I'm going to go ahead and put my gaskets in to put this together. We're getting pretty close. Okay, next, it doesn't tell you where to line these up. So if you tighten this down before you have this where it needs to be, you're going to have to loosen it because this pot has grooves cut in the bed that it sets in, and this pot will only set one direction, so this head has to move. So before you tighten these clamps up, hook up your hose. Okay, once you got that connected, then tighten down your clamps. All right, and I'm looking, it's going to be really close to being too tall to fit under there, but I think I can get it under there and then work it once it's under there. So I'm glad I put it together while the stock tank was still out of where it's going to sit. So next, I'm going to move that under there and then get ready to hook up my hoses. So I got it set in there, got everything hooked up. It's a little awkward. Didn't want to fit quite the way I wanted it to go, but I can still get to my on off, and then I can see my pressure gauge from the side. So as long as those hoses get to where I need them to be, it'll work. I hope it does, because I've already reached my quota of cuss words for today, and it's not even Monday yet, and I'm going to need some for tomorrow probably. So I hope this works. So next thing I'm going to do is set that down and hook my pump up. Alright, I got it in place. Started adding water. I'll tell you what, I don't know where all this stuff blows in from, but I got like a wind tunnel set up here. Everything bounces off the side of the house and comes in, and it comes in there from all directions. So I don't have it turned on yet, and my wires are not real beautiful. I'll get all that straightened up. It plugs in behind the countertop. We'll close this up, kick it on, and then we'll show it to you when it's working. But as hot as it is, look at that. I'm ready to get in that dude right now. It is hot and I am grouchy. Okay, got it filled up and I'm ready to turn it on. I've actually got it on. So what you want to do is you want to hit this reset. Make sure that's pushed in. Because if you listen, we'll just hit the test. This is a breaker switch, so see, that kills the power. So press that, and then on the side of the pump, you'll just turn it to there's like a circle and a line. You want it to press it to the right where the line is. You want that pressed down. The circle is off. All right, and then it should kick on. See, you've got good pressure going now, and you can see it's pumping really good. So about got it filled up. I'm gonna let it put just a little more in, and it's looking really good. So now I'll get my cable lined up, close that up, and we'll be good to go. Okay guys, I got her all put back together. I planned on staining that deck. That's going to wait a little bit, and I had some other thoughts about a bar, so I'll do another video on the bar. But right now, this is just kind of my oasis. I got it all cleaned up, put back together. I like to come out here in the evenings, especially like right now when the sun's going down and starting to cool off, and just absorb the good energy. So that's the stock tank. That's I've got several videos on it. It's really cheap and easy. It's the best pool I've ever had by far. It does not require a whole lot of maintenance. That's how I flip it over. You see, it's not too big of a deal. I even added a filter this year. I think it's going to work out great. So alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope it answered a few questions for you, maybe made a decision for you. If you've been thinking about adding one of those, I highly recommend it. If you like the video, think about subscribing to our channel. We do lots of creative things, fun, adventurous things outdoors. We'd love to have you back for all of our videos. As always, we thank you all for watching. We'll see you on the next one.